On the blue, Albertson Stadium in Boise, Idaho. Week 6 of the college football season, and our EA Sports college football coverage continues with what ought to be a great one. The Hokies headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. Coming out with it, it's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Boise State's offense will come out first. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Got some room to run.
Well, that's a great play by the defense, and that's one the quarterback obviously wishes he had back. I think sometimes as a QB, your success from the previous game can carry over, and it forces you to be a little bit reckless, right, David? I mean, he had a big one last time out, and he's looking early in this game on the first drive to get a big chunk play right out of the gate, but he throws that one into coverage, and the defense makes him pay for it.
Well, and how about talking to this defense before this game? They talked about, can they make something good happen early? If they could, maybe they could rattle him a little bit. Everything went well for him last week, and so good job by this defense striking early. Hopefully it'll develop some confidence with this D and maybe a little bit of hesitation with the QB.
They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Right back to it. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Overton. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. Snapped it, and he has to have it. step into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Number 95, set to kick this one away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Guys, let's take just a minute and talk about Boise State. They were really excited about the verbal commitment from a three-star quarterback. They really need to get good talent like that, guys who can develop and potentially become stars.
Well, this is a program that's not used to having this talented of a quarterback coming out of high school. Oftentimes, this program has had to develop guys so that they're ready by their junior or senior year to have success. This guy changes that dynamic a little bit, though, and because of it, you can see fans are so excited about the future.
Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Hits inside. It's Gaines. Dragged down.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. And the Broncos line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter.
Offside.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Fields the punt. Makes a move. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Here's Joyner to begin the drive. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run him again. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Handoff to Joyner. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top as we get a look at the numbers so far. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Pulls it. Defense coming out with a huge stop, perhaps to force a field goal that would make it a two-possession game.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down. Drops back on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Brown. The Broncos in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Grabs it in the middle. Turning it on. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
2nd and long here. Wants to throw again. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, pressure's coming. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Coverage unit all over him, stopped immediately. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Rides to the back. Danced his way through traffic. Pick up a 4 to the 19. This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. There's some daylight. Got the 1st down. Maybe a crease. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. And the Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. This time they'll throw it. Under pressure. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Goes high to pull it in. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, it's Overton. Breaks into the open. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Here's a give to Joyner. Could be an alley. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And now the Broncos called their first of 3 timeouts. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. Tells the run, wants to pass. He wants it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the offense.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
It's dropped after taking the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. And slides a little early and short, and now it's going to be 4th down. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. Going to field this one in tight quarters. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. First play of this drive. Rush is on. Hit as he throws. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase. I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Turns it upfield. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Out of the gun, here's Quentin Joyner. Still running at the 40. He's piled up 82 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. The Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw one first. Escapes the pressure going right. Fires downfield. And the timing just a hair off.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that run. Good coverage.
Virginia Tech wants to take a moment. They call their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On the move, he fires. And they can't make the connection. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. On the ground, it's Gaines. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's start with Texas in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Oklahoma Sooners.
And the Broncos will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Virginia Tech's head coach told me at halftime they really expect to stick to the running game here in the second half. This is a close game, and he's a little concerned with his quarterback's shaky performance in the first half. Turning the ball over put them in a tough position, but they are dominant on the ground. Expect them to continue to really force that issue at the line of scrimmage here in the third quarter. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. That's caught. It's Joyner. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
The blue turf rumbling on this third down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it upfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. And the Hokies go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Right side, it's Reynolds. Makes the grab, it down immediately. He picks up a few.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Touchdown, Hokies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
There ain't no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently, does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Was to pass. Extending the play. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Shoots it to the left. It's picked off, and another empty drive. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception. Sends it back in motion. The snap, wants to start the drive with a pass. Finds the tight end.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
The Hokies have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Good time to take a shot here with this quarterback. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And defenses are terrified of giving up that big play. I like the offense taking a shot down the field, showing the defense like, listen, hey, you're going to have to guard this. You better start being worried about the deep ball. Now maybe I can take some shots underneath, and it might loosen that secondary up a bit.
He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Fires to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
On third down, here's Quentin Joyner. There he goes. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And the Hokies are threatening on 1st and goal. Motion from the wideout. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here's Joyner. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. Looking for the edge. The pitch. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And the beatdown has ensued. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Soft spot in the middle. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. On the move. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
The Broncos can really attack on this 2nd and short. Takes a snap, wants to throw. They're all over him. Got him downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. And the Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide right, it's Brown. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. From the red zone, it's Gaines. Jumped on top of the pile.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Hits the accelerator to the right. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Hokies. The defense putting points on the board. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And all this defense has done all game long is be absolutely dominant. They have been shutting them out, whether they've tried running it, whether they've tried throwing it. They've been creating takeaways. You get the pick 6 right there. You just can't say enough good things about how this defense has played today.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. Cuts it upfield. It's Gaines. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They give it back to him. He'll push his way out to the 38, pickup of 3. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Looking for room straight ahead. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4. Following that last play, we have a Bronco that is slow to get up. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers...
Snags it, and there's running room. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Broncos, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Second down, gonna throw it. Incomplete, a 50-50 ball won by no one that time.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Snared on the right sideline. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up in a great position here. And the Broncos trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Tough run here. It's Gaines. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And listen, it's getting late in the game. It's in the 4th quarter, and they got to make something happen when you're down by this much. But I'll tell you what, this onside kick went like the defense and the offense is gone for this day. It's just underwhelming, not successful, just been a bad day. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Forced out of bounds. Good pickup there on the ground. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short. Coming defense trying to rise up. Burrowing for yardage. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Hokies looking to convert on 4th down. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Needs it here on 4th down. He'll throw it. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. One big play, you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. He lofts one down the sideline. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer.
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I was about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's